Welcome to Property Care. Today we're going to discuss about property tax revision, for financial year 2024 and 25. Since the new financial year started from April to March 2025, so there are some customers are asking what is the change in the property tax. They want to pay the property tax. They're asking me the help and what is the change in the property tax. So my customers are NRIs, they're living in abroad. So they wanted to know, so what is the status about property tax revisions? So for them, I want to help them to understand the new revision property tax with respect to financial year 2024 and 25. Is there any revision in the property tax and how to pay the property tax sitting in a remote location? And there is an update recently we got from the government that 2024-25, what will be the property tax? So this is the property tax for 2024 and 25 financial year we are discussing. And the property tax with respect to Bangalore BBMP is the statutory body here in Bangalore. So more specific to the BBMP. And of course, this applies to other location also. So the property types are residential, commercial, and industrial area is the primary focus with respect to the property tax. And target audience are property investors, owners, tenants, NRI, OCI, those who have properties in Bangalore, Karnataka. So this is going to be the helpful. And the information I'm shared for understanding and education purpose only. So the more details on that, you can go to the government site BBMP. I'm putting the link in the description. You please go to the link and understand more. I'm just giving the basic idea with respect to the property tax for financial year 2024 and 25. Highlights with respect to BBMP. So what is the BBMP? Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagarapalike. So this is the statutory administrative body, exists for Greater Bangalore Metropolitan Area Development. And its primary responsibility is urban planning and civic amenities, solid waste management, and public health, lake management. These things are primary focus on Greater Bangalore metropolitan area. So currently, with respect to the property tax, the BBMP is following Section 144 of BBMP Act 2020. Which is the dividing this entire Bangalore into 6 zones. So these zones are, split to decentralize the administration. To simplify their administration, they divided, Bangalore into 6 zones. Each zone has set of wards. They call it a wards. So each zone has a set of wards, and A zone has the highest government guideline value, which is the MG road. The central business district area. And F is the least guideline value. So if your zone is a B, you are moderately higher guideline value location. So that is what the zonal, classifications made. And the property tax collected for this, last financial year, which is 2023-24, around 4,000 crores collected with respect to BBMP property tax. And the target was 4.5 crores. So there are some rumors in Bangalore, the government going to implement new guideline value based property tax computation for 2024 and 25. So I have put a separate video with respect to the revised government guideline value with effect from 1st October 2023. So the government has revised the guideline value, from October 2023. So there is the rumors here saying that, some percentage on the guideline value. Your property is a residential category and 0.1%, and rented property 0.2%, and vacant land 0.25%. On the government guideline value. For example, your apartment, per square feet value is 4,500. Which is the government guideline value. On that, 0.1% will be your property tax per square feet. Similarly, if you have an additional rental unit, or you are renting out your apartment to tenant instead of self-occupied property. So your tax will be per square feet 0.2%. The vacant land is 0.25 and commercial 0.5%, and vacant commercial land will be 0.25% on government guideline value. So this is the government guideline value. On that, this much percentage will be calculated, and based on that, your property tax will be computed. So this was news roaming around here, but this data was not correct. So there is this triggered some inconveniences among owner here. There is some confusion whether government is going to raise this much percentage changes. So it's triggered some confusion, and based on that, our Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar clarified and confirmed that there is no revision in property tax calculation. So we will be continue to use as a zone-based computation method. So it applies to other areas too. So there is no change in our property tax computation. So government going to retain whatever last year paid same property tax this year also. That is the message the government conveyed, and to stop these rumors. So this is the latest information with respect to BBMP property tax. And Bangalore citizens are not to worry about any property tax hike for financial year 2024 and 25. Continue to use the same property tax which you paid last year. So if you pay the financial year 2024 and 25 property tax on or before 31st July 2024, there will be a rebate of 5%. You can avail it. So that when you pay the portal, property tax, you can see the 5% rebate. I'm explaining in the next slide how to pay this online. So there are some customers are, finding difficulty to pay this. So I'm adding that slide. So you take to the any property, last year, which you paid property tax, you go to that property tax receipt. And there can be, if you don't have, you can even download it from the site. I'll put a link in the description. You can go to that site and download previous year property tax receipt also. So in the receipt, you go to the application number. Take this application number. Say this is another customer data. I want to hide their data. So I'm hiding it. So you take the application number, which is written here, and the owner name. This is printed here. So you take the application number full and the first three character of owner name. Okay. And from there, you go to the site, which is bbmptaxkarnataka.gov. So this site you go and type that application number here. And next is that first three characters it will ask, which is the owner name. You type the full application number and 3-digit of owner, and click the button called retrieve welcome. So you click it and it will show you your name, and you just ask you to confirm. So if you see your correct name and correct application number, you click confirm and go to the next. So this is what I was talking, and 2024 and 25, 31st July 2024. So till that time, the rebate you can avail 5%. So once you go into the site, an owner can update mobile number, email ID, and address once after you pull your record from the BBMP site. So this is the computation they'll show you. This is I'm just showing you from one apartment data, and this is your property tax calculation for own use. So there is a classification, depends on your zones, A to F zone. Each zone has, if you have own use, there is a amount. And if you have a rented property, there is a amount. For example, if you are belongs to E zone. So when you are in E zone, the owner supposed to pay per square feet 1.2 rupees as a tax. And if you are rented in the same building in a E zone, 2.4 rupees per square feet is the government fixed price for property tax. So based on that, which zone is your property, and your property is residential, commercial, RCC, sheet, there is a different category is there. So based on that, they arrive this number. And this is 26% in property tax payable. So these two will be added and rebate 5%. This is what if you are paying within 31st July 2024, you can avail this 5% rebate and net after minusing this much. And this is solid waste management cess is 360. So total will be this much. And you can pay full payment by clicking online, which takes you a payment gateway, and where you can pay through UPI or your card, debit, credit, net banking, you can pay it and close it. And if you want to pay half of that, this money, 6 months, and after 6 months also, you can pay 2 payments. So suppose if you are not comfortable with payment gateway, I want to go to bank and pay the tax. So go to challan payment and go and click there. Here you can see your challan, which you can download and print it, and go to the bank. You show this challan to the bank, and they'll take your payment and get adjusted against your property ID, which is the application ID. So in that way, you can pay the property tax. So I hope this gives some basic idea about revision on the current financial year and how to pay the property tax online. Our mission, what we do, property management, flat, villa, site, real estate services, and our values, franchising, we are planning franchising, SaaS product. So this gives some basic idea about what we do. And this is our service catalog, what and all we do it with respect to real estate services, mainly our property management, lease, rent, and lead sharing, joint development, franchisee, builder, business partner with the builders, and other vendor services also listed. Self-explanatory, you can go through it. So this is a book I'm writing mainly for traveling guys who are remotely staying and they want to invest in India. So what are all things they need to do? So I'm capturing the data and putting into the book, releasing that soon. Click the thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe and click the bell icon, and share it with friends and family so that they also will aware of this new revision with respect to BBMP in Bangalore. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.